Hello everyone, I'm back. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that the Mongil, Stardive community has been arguing about a lot lately, especially in groups in Discord, and that is the story between Esther and Mina. Esther's banner is currently running, Mina is about to arrive, and resources are limited, so should you all in on the assassin maid right now, or hold back and wait for the nine-tailed fox? I've spent quite a lot of time researching both of these characters, and in today's video, I'll honestly share what I've experienced. Okay, I'll talk about Esther first, because she's the character with the current banner, and probably the one many of you are most unsure about right now. Esther is an SSR 5-star wind character, belonging to the assassin class, a melee damage dealer. Honestly, I really like her concept. It's very unique. A maid working at the Maid and Clover Inn, holding a broom that looks very gentle and cute, but inside that broom is actually a sword called Silver Flash. That already sounds cool, right? And Esther's story is also really interesting. She is actually the heir of a famous swordsmanship dojo and used to be the captain of the 9th Knight Order, a unit made up entirely of outcast but extremely powerful warriors. After an incident that injured her eye and made her tired of the jealousy within the knight ranks, she faked her death and went into hiding as a maid at Nia's inn. But she still secretly protects the village with the sword hidden inside that broom. That kind of ordinary but not ordinary character, I really like it. Alright, let's move on to the more important part, Esther's kit. Her core mechanic revolves around something called Dust Cloud. Her special skill, Housekeeping, lets her sweep the ground with her broom to create a dust zone around her, and when standing inside it, everything gets buffed. Her normal attacks become stronger, attack increases, and enemies inside the zone are inflicted with confused status. Her basic attack, Maid's Double Life, combines physical hits from the broom and wind slashes from the hidden sword, and when inside the dust cloud, it gets enhanced even further. Her ultimate, the Maid and Clover Inn's Peacekeeper, is a lightning-fast slash that deals AoE wind damage and launches all enemies into the air. This effect looks extremely satisfying. Every time I use it, I still find it beautiful. In addition, she has the skill Taking Out the Trash, which creates a vortex that pulls enemies into the center, making it very convenient to group them up and finish them in one go. So how does she actually perform in practice? Honestly, when she has the right conditions, meaning the boss is staggered and the dust cloud is active, her burst damage is absolutely insane. The assassin class passive allows her to deal extra damage to stunned enemies. So the combo of ultimate and special skill, when the boss is immobilized after breaking the neutralization bar, I've had many moments where I saw the boss HP drop so fast that I couldn't believe my eyes. That feeling is extremely satisfying. This is exactly why in Conquest mode, I rank Esther at T0, the highest tier, and I think it's completely deserved. But, and this is the important but I want you to pay attention to, Esther is not always like that. Her most important skill, the one that creates the dust cloud, has a cooldown of up to 15 seconds. And 15 seconds in Mongil is quite long. During that time, her AoE capability and damage output drops significantly. On top of that, for Esther to truly shine, you need teammates who can break the boss's neutralization bar quickly. If your team can't do that, Esther loses a big part of her advantage. Another point is that she is melee and depends on positioning. If the boss keeps moving out of the dust cloud, you will lose a lot of damage. I've experienced that myself, so I understand the feeling. To sum up Esther, she is a top-tier assassin with extremely strong burst damage in ideal windows, excellent in Conquest, but she requires proper investment, from crit damage stats to a team that can break defenses, to fully unlock her true potential. Now let's move on to Mina. And I'll say it straight. The reason Mina is called a national character by the community is not random at all. She is a 5-star fire character in the fighter class, but in reality she plays like a hybrid between a brawler and a ranger, which is very unique. Mina's combat style revolves around Foxfire, mystical fox flames, allowing her to attack both at range and in melee, combined with a clone summoning mechanic. Just looking at her 9-tailed fox design is already captivating. I admit I was drawn in by Mina's visual from the very beginning. Mina's core mechanic is the Essence Bar. This is the resource you need to manage well to maximize her power. Her basic attack, Foxfire Orb, fires out fireballs that deal fire damage and generate essence. Her special skill, Foxfire Blast, consumes essence to unleash enhanced attacks. And the thing I like the most is that this skill has a very low cooldown, allowing Mina to maintain a nearly constant attack rhythm, not interrupted like Esther. Her ultimate Foxfire clone summons a clone to fight alongside her, creating massive AoE damage and applying a burn effect. And the visuals look extremely flashy and beautiful. Her swap skill, Sparkling Flourish, triggers a wide AoE fire explosion when Mina enters the field and restores essence, helping her get into rhythm instantly. And her passive Essence of Fire allows her to perform special dashes that consume essence to engage or dodge. This is what makes Mina one of the most mobile characters I've seen in this game. Mina's combat loop, once you get used to it, feels incredibly smooth. Build essence with basic attacks, dash to dodge or approach targets, unleash Foxfire Blast for big damage, then build essence again. Repeat that cycle. There's no 15-second downtime where you're forced to wait like with Esther. Mina is always doing something valuable on the battlefield. Combined with her clone, the pressure she maintains on bosses or mobs is very stable and consistent. In practice, when I use Mina in world mode, exploring, running maps, doing story, she clearly stands out. Playing Mina feels like flying across the map, dashing back and forth, continuous AoE, clearing enemies effortlessly without much setup. No need to wait for cooldowns, no need for a specialized team. She functions well on her own. That's why I think Mina fits the majority of players better, especially F2P or low spenders who don't have enough resources to build a perfect team around a character. Of course, Mina also has weaknesses that I have to mention honestly. If you spam dashes without thinking, you'll run out of essence for Foxfire Blast, which is a painful damage loss. On the other hand, if you play too conservatively and avoid dashing, you can get hit by the boss because Mina's defense stats are not very high. Managing essence properly is a skill that takes time to learn. It took me a few sessions to get used to it. But once you master it, the gameplay becomes extremely rewarding and satisfying. Now I'll compare the two directly in different situations to make it easier for you to decide. In Conquest mode, fighting bosses where fast kills matter, Esther wins, no debate. The Assassin passive combined with the Staggered window is a deadly combo. In World mode, map exploration, Mina wins, also no debate. Mobility and continuous AoE are things Esther simply can't compete with in this scenario. In terms of self-sufficiency, not needing a specific team, Mina clearly wins. But in terms of peak damage in an ideal moment, Esther takes it. About team building, I want to add one important point. If you already have Flare, then Mina is almost a perfect piece designed to go with her. Flare is a fire destroyer, very strong at breaking the boss's neutralization bar, while Mina provides consistent fire damage. The two synergize extremely well, forming a mono-fire team that is currently one of the strongest metas. Add Narai, a support who buffs fire, and that team becomes almost a dream team. On the other hand, if you already have Jiwon or Sangun, two of the best wind supports, then this is the perfect time to complete your wind team with Esther as the main carry. So who should you choose in the end? I'll be straightforward for each case. You should all in on Esther right now if you lack a strong wind DPS for elemental content, you already have or are planning to get good defense-breaking supports, and you enjoy a high-risk playstyle, focusing all your power into a short window to quickly finish the boss. That feeling when Esther's combo lands perfectly during a staggered window and you see the boss HP drop instantly, it's extremely satisfying. And I understand why many players love this playstyle. On the other hand, you should skip Esther and save resources for Mina if you want a versatile character that works in all situations without much setup, you already have Flare and want to build a mono-fire team, or simply enjoy a fast-paced, mobile playstyle. In terms of long-term value, future-proof, I think Mina has a slight edge because she doesn't depend heavily on external factors to perform well. And one more thing before ending. Both of these characters are extremely strong and absolutely top meta. The choice between them isn't about who is stronger overall, it's about which one fits your playstyle and your current team better. If your resources are limited and you're unsure, Mina is the safer choice for most players. But if you already have a solid win foundation and need a top-tier burst DPS, then don't miss Esther. Her banner won't last much longer. Alright, that's the end of today's video. Which side are you on? Team Assassin Maid or Team Nine-Tailed Fox? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read all your comments. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss upcoming analysis videos about Mongil, Stardive. There's a lot of great content coming soon. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.